Hey guys, Dylan from Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 3, titled Another Rick Up My Sleeve. Economos pays for the team's bungled mission, while Peacemaker explores the depth of his relationship with Harcourt in the other dimension. So why is John responsible for, everyone fucking up trying to invade Peacemaker's home? Last I checked, he wasn't there. He was out distracting Peacemaker unknowingly, and they just went in without him, without telling him. And yet, why is he paying for it? Unless, of course, he's paying with the others because Argus infiltrated and he's still part of Argus. But again, it can be explained that he didn't know. Yeah, but he's a spy, so of course he'd say that. No, no. And yeah, it's interesting because they said that Harcourt was with someone else, so there's probably not much depth to their relationship at the moment. Let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. It didn't play. Oh yeah, it was pointed out in, I forget if it was a reaction or the breakdown. None of the gang hang out if Peacemaker isn't there. Like Leota said, me and Chris, um, Vidge and Chris, Harcourt and Chris, not Vidge and Harcourt, not Leota and Harcourt, not Vidge and Leota. It's just they only hang out if Chris is there. I do wonder what is wrong with this other Earth. Like, why are Oggy and that so well liked? I have heard the rumor that is that it is Rick Flag. Interesting. They mentioned June. So is Suicide Squad technically canon? Anyway, I've heard theories that there's a possibility that this Earth is known, and it would make sense if Augie is the same as he is in the normal one, why he'd be popular there. June Corto Maltese. Hey, was that the real universe? Was Harcourt actually with what? Because she said you ship out to Corto Maltese, which is Project Starfish. Also, that would if that is what happened, it explains why she's so gung ho on not getting emotionally close with Chris. I thought that that was in the alternate universe. Also, here's a question, and I know this doesn't really matter with how people have played multiple roles in other things. The Eagle Hunter, Michael Rooker, Savant. So is he not part of? Because they showed Team A in this episode, or at least they showed Rick Flag's involvement in Team A. Do you know how incredibly hard it would be to actually assimilate yourself into a doppelganger's life? Nice. Where do I work? That's just a traditional helmet. Why is Argus headquarters on Google Maps? Yeah, all of a sudden I'm feeling a headache from the. You know nothing about spiders. Adrian. So how's he gonna react when he finds out that the Jarhead is Rick Flag Jr.? Is Retina gonna be different or? Oh, here's the thing. I sort of was expecting the traditional. Is that only Earth 2 where the organs are flipped, which would mean that the scan would be backwards? Fair. So he's not as put together as he was in the main universe. Okay. No, he said eagle multiple times. You said duck. Where are my pants? That's a nice gesture. Weird, but nice. The question is, was he wearing the pants at the time? Not gonna lie, I half expect to see Rick's in the background. But here's the thing: do you like this side of her, or do you prefer your hardcore? Assuming he did. Half expecting him to go into another muscle group as well. Like delts, and my quads, and my biceps. Well, that took a turn out of nowhere. sounds familiar. Hey, so it would be handy if you had more than just your little motorbike helmet. Hmm. Wonder what's so important about that. Why do I get the weird feeling that Peacemaker doesn't? Well, no, because he was fully prepared to kill his other self. So I was about to say well, Peacemaker doesn't kill in this, but does this Peacemaker only know how to fight with his? And that's going to be like why Harcourt knows something's different. Well, that worked. Yeah, no. Fucking being lifted up by pencils in the ear. That is. That is brutal. That's going up on the helicopter, isn't it? I don't know how, but it's going up in the helicopter. Really? Well, that was easy. I thought it was a federal crime to hurt a eagle in America. Oh. So I had it revealed to me a guy in the back. He was leapfrogging She-Hulk. Oh, fucking Judo Master. uh, well, he was grouped with them in the intro, so What if I killed your actual brother and overtook his life? They really do have a healthy relationship. Which, because we saw what his dad was like before the death. Like, he was getting them to fight in the backyard for money. How does that turn into this? Is he the one that needed facial reconstruction? That's where, yeah, I knew that was where it was going to end. So, what's going to be the after credit scene this one? This was a wild episode. Like, the fucking alternate, dimension, just how loved Peacemaker and his family are, how loving Peacemaker and his family are, except for what this Peacemaker obviously was. Somehow he was the worst version from the better universe. Which, I mean, is sort of, it's not an uncommon thing now that I think about it. Like, someone going to an idealistic universe and finding out that they are the worst version of themselves in that universe. Are we gonna get to see him? Oh, he wasn't. Well, he was wearing his pants. Okay, that does make it weird. How did I know he was gonna give him a kiss on the forehead? Okay, so so it seems like that version of Peacemaker doesn't do anything without his uniform. Neither did our version at the start. Like, he even showed up to a diner wearing the uniform, but they were surprised that he went in without it. Um, he really efficiently took out all those um people trying to blow up the government agency. He disabled the bomb, which I really thought he was somehow going to run it up to the roof and chuck it up at the helicopter. I wasn't expecting Keith to come flying in to take it out. Um, but also, when I saw it only had a minute on the timer, I started thinking, maybe not. DC Sons of Liberty. Now, I will say, this That's why this group sounded so familiar. It was actually raised in the episode 2 breakdown on New Rockstars as a potential link. Huh. Interesting. So the fact that they're. Oh, that's why it's so familiar. Agent Liberty was fucking, Sam Witwer in, Supergirl. Wasn't he? Their whole anti-alien thing. It sounded so familiar. As soon as I saw the name Ben Lockwood, it all came back to. Okay, so that raises a question. If what were they against in the ah ah with the goal of overthrowing the government under the belief that the United States had drifted too far from the core principles of the American Constitution and sought to restore the American values. Okay. They were founded by U.S. Air Force Major Charles Holcroft, who um he was apprehended by Superman. Okay. Huh. Right. So they're that kind of group, which is in line with what they were saying when they were taking over the building. The oppressive regime take things back to how it was. So Supergirl was actually the one that was the difference, where they had that whole Earth is for humans mentality. Which, I mean, not going to make any comments on that. Um, okay. How funny would it be if they got Sam Witwer back in to play Agent Liberty again? That'd be funny. But yeah, and fucking Foley, or I forget what his name is. I know it started with an F. I don't think it was Foley. Blaming John when he clearly said multiple times it was an eagle. So, one got stabbed in the neck with the beak. That's the one that's in, like, ICU. One lost an eye. Forget which one that was. One had to get facial reconstruction. I'm guessing that's the one that had the cut on his face and that. Trying to get back to where the excuse me. Trying to get back to where the task force was introduced. Yeah, the one that had the like specialty device and everything. And it's the one that was cleaning his gun while his kids ran around. That was the one who lost the eye, I'm guessing. I don't really remember. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna end this one here. This was a very entertaining episode. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.